There is no greater symbol of battlefield dominance than the terrifying silhouette of the AH-64D Apache Longbow slicing through the air, blades tearing against the wind as it stalks its targets with cold, calculated precision. Designed to be a tank killer, the AH-64D isn't just a helicopter. It's a force multiplier, an airborne beast of destruction that's feared by enemies and revered by allies. This machine, engineered for war, thrives in the chaos of conflict. When it comes time to load weapons and prepare for gunnery, the entire process is a display of discipline, expertise, and lethal capability. It begins with meticulous loading of the Apache's armament, a blend of 30mm chain gun rounds, laser-guided Hellfire missiles, and 2.75-inch Hydra rockets. These aren't just munitions, they're statements of intent. The M230 chain gun, mounted beneath the cockpit, is a devastating 30mm cannon capable of delivering a hailstorm of tungsten shells at over 600 rounds per minute. It swivels with the pilot's helmet, responding to head movements and turning wherever they look, which means wherever the pilot's eyes go, death follows. Then comes a Hellfire missile, a precision-guided beast with deadly purpose, capable of obliterating tanks, bunkers, and fortified positions from miles away. Each missile is carefully mounted to launch rails under the stub wings, checked, locked, and verified by crews who know that a single mistake can mean disaster. The Apache doesn't just carry weapons. It becomes one with them, a flying weapon system integrated through powerful radar and sensor arrays. The Longbow radar system mounted above the main rotor is its crown jewel, an advanced millimeter-wave radar dome that allows the Apache to detect and track up to 128 targets at once, in all weather, day or night, while remaining hidden behind terrain. This gives the AH-64D a crucial advantage. It can strike before it's seen. The gunner in the front seat interfaces with the Target Acquisition and Designation System, TADS, scanning, locking, and prioritizing threats. It's a job that demands nerves of steel and pinpoint precision. Meanwhile, the pilot in the rear seat manages flight controls and navigation, ensuring the aircraft stays low, fast, and lethal. These two warriors operate in tandem like a symphony of destruction. The gunnery phase of an Apache's training or mission prep is where things get intense. Crews take their helicopters out to remote ranges where targets mimic enemy vehicles, structures, or infantry formations. As the aircraft lifts off, it often begins with reconnaissance flyover, gathering terrain data, marking potential threats, and aligning coordinates. Then the assault begins. From the cockpit, there's a rhythm. Identify, lock, fire. Hellfires streak through the air with deadly purpose. Rockets fly in salvos, exploding on impact with tremendous force. The chain gun barks continuously, raining down devastation. It's not just firepower, it's precision firepower. The Apache's ability to hover, pivot, and strike from unexpected angles makes it unlike any other helicopter in the U.S. arsenal. The pilots are trained to fly nap of the earth, using terrain to mask their movements, suddenly rising above ridgelines or tree cover to engage targets and drop back into concealment before the enemy can respond. It's a hit-and-fade tactic perfected over decades of combat experience, from Desert Storm to Afghanistan. What makes the Apache Longbow especially deadly is the combination of survivability, firepower, and sense of fusion. It can take hits and keep flying, with redundant flight systems and armor plating that protects vital components and crew. During gunnery, these systems are pushed to the limit, simulating real combat conditions where failure is not an option. Crews are evaluated on target acquisition speed, engagement accuracy, and mission effectiveness. Every second counts. Every shot matters. Behind the scenes, the ground crews are just as vital to Apache success. These men and women are experts in fueling, arming, and maintaining these complex machines. Weapon specialists methodically inspect and load each missile, verifying electronic systems and alignment. Technicians run diagnostics on flight control systems, sensors, and radar. Crew chiefs oversee the entire process, signing off only when the aircraft is 100% combat ready. It's a ballet of readiness, where lives depend on perfection of each step. Once the AH-64D is airborne, it becomes an apex predator, scanning, acquiring, and engaging with surgical precision. In modern conflicts, the Apache often operates in hunter-killer teams with unmanned drones or reconnaissance helicopters, feeding data back and forth in real time to expand situational awareness. The Longbow variant takes this to the next level with its ability to communicate targeting data with other Apaches or command centers without needing to break radio silence. It's like having an aerial quarterback that sees the entire field and delivers pinpoint strikes where they matter most. During gunnery exercises, these abilities are tested repeatedly, ensuring that each crew is not only familiar with the systems, but can operate them seamlessly under pressure. Pilots run through multi-target scenarios, moving from stationary to mobile targets, simulating enemy countermeasures, and practicing in low-light or night conditions. Night vision systems and thermal imaging come into play here, turning darkness into daylight for Apache gunners. The Apache doesn't just own the skies during the day, it owns them 24/7. The roar of the twin GET-700 turboshaft engines is unmistakable, and when the Apache swoops low over a gunnery range, it sends a message. The cavalry has arrived. Its tandem cockpit design allows maximum visibility and crew coordination, giving each mission a razor-sharp edge. In wartime, Apache gunneries aren't just training. They're rehearsal for survival. They're practice for that one moment in combat, when split-second decision-making means the difference between life and death. The gunnery range becomes a proving ground for skill, courage, and lethal accuracy. Instructors monitor every shot, reviewing cockpit footage and telemetry to critique performance and improve efficiency. Crews learn how to respond to jamming, simulate damage control, and execute emergency landings. This isn't just about blowing things up. It's about building warriors who can fly, fight, and win. The AH-64D Apache Longbow's legacy is forged in steel, fire, and grit. It's a product of American innovation, battlefield necessity, and relentless evolution. Whether it's flying over deserts, jungles, or mountains, the Apache is always ready, always lethal. And every time it takes off with a full weapons load and a mission complete, it writes another chapter in the book of air combat supremacy. The Apache is not just a helicopter. It's a message from the United States military to its enemies. We see you. We are coming. And we are bringing hell with us. When you're standing on a hot tarmac, watching an AH-64D Apache Longbow prepare for a live gunnery run, there's a quiet electricity in the air, the kind that tells you something serious is about to unfold. Crew chiefs make last-minute inspections, double-checking that every Hellfire missile is secure, that the M230 chain gun's feeder is clean and primed, and that the Hydra 70 rocket pods are locked in and ready to fire. It's a level of thoroughness that borders on obsession. But in the world of combat aviation, that obsession is what keeps pilots alive and missions successful. As the engines spool up with a high-pitched whine and the rotors begin slicing the air, the Apache transforms from a static machine into a living, breathing war machine. Pilots run through a checklist that would make most civilians dizzy. Flight control checks, weapon system activation, targeting system calibration, communications verification. All synchronized like clockwork. Once airborne, the AH-64D is more than just a flying gun platform. It's a battlefield commander in the sky. The pilots, often veterans of multiple deployments, don't just know the controls. They feel them. Flying the Apache isn't just about moving a joystick and pressing a trigger. It's about anticipating the battlefield, interpreting threats in real time, and making decisions faster than the enemy can react. On the gunnery range, these pilots push their limits. They simulate hostile zones filled with enemy armor, anti-aircraft threats, and obstacles. The Longbow radar sweeps the terrain, feeding data into the onboard systems which identify, prioritize, and track targets. At the same time, the TADS/PNVS, the Target Acquisition and Designation System and Pilot Night Vision System, feeds thermal imagery and infrared visuals to both pilot and gunner. This advanced sensory suite enables the Apache to fight effectively in complete darkness, through smoke or in bad weather, turning adverse conditions into tactical advantages. During weapons testing and training, every rocket fired, every round loose from the chain gun, and every missile launch is monitored, recorded, and evaluated. Instructors analyze not only hits and misses, but also timing, angle of attack, threat response, and communication efficiency between pilot and gunner. Gunnery is a no-nonsense affair where excellence is expected, and anything less is a learning opportunity. In a real-world mission, there is no margin for error. The Apache's ability to operate independently or in coordinated assault teams allows it to dominate both in asymmetrical warfare and large-scale conflicts. It's not uncommon for an Apache to loiter at a distance, scan an area, and then strike with pinpoint accuracy without ever being seen or heard until it's too late. This is thanks in part to the aircraft's use of terrain masking, flying low and using natural cover to remain undetected. During gunnery exercises, pilots simulate these tactics rigorously, working with forward observers or drones to practice coordinated attacks. They use range data, laser designators, and GPS targeting to guide Hellfires directly into simulated enemy vehicles or bunkers. The 30mm cannon, guided by the gunner's helmet sight system, becomes an extension of the gunner's gaze. Every twitch of the head aligns the gun, and with a squeeze of the trigger, it unleashes destruction on anything in its line of fire. In addition to the physical mechanics of gunnery, there's the mental aspect, the discipline, calm, and training it takes to operate effectively in high-stress environments. Apache crews are trained to operate under fire, to react to rapidly changing conditions, and to adapt their tactics on the fly. Gunnery exercises often simulate electronic warfare, GPS jamming, or sudden target changes to keep crews sharp and ready for anything. Even the Apache's communication systems are tested. Crews must maintain constant contact with ground forces, command centers, and other aircraft, relaying updates, confirming kill zones, and coordinating support, all while managing their flight and weapon systems. This is why the AH-64D Apache Longbow is more than a weapon. It's a combat system, a seamless integration of man and machine, designed to deliver precision lethality under any condition. Maintenance and rearming cycles are also crucial components of the Apache's effectiveness. After a live-fire mission, the aircraft is immediately surrounded by ground crews. Every system is inspected, from rotor blades to exhaust ports. Weapons officers remove spent munitions, reattach new rockets and Hellfire missiles, and ensure electronic interfaces are recalibrated for the next mission. The turnaround time is fast, efficient, and critical, especially in combat zones where every minute counts. During deployment, Apaches can fly multiple sorties a day, returning for quick reloading and refueling before heading back into fray. It's a relentless pace, but one that these machines and their crews are built for. The gunnery training isn't just about weapons. It's about endurance, focus, and staying mission ready. As the Apache lifts off again, its blades thunder through the air like the drums of war. Watching it dive, hover, and engage from a distance feels like witnessing something otherworldly, an airborne apex predator executing a deadly dance over the battlefield. It's no surprise that the mere presence of an Apache has been known to demoralize enemy forces. In Iraq, Afghanistan, and other conflict zones, stories abound of insurgents abandoning positions or surrendering outright upon hearing the unmistakable growl of its rotors. The Apache is not only feared for what it does, but for what it represents. It is the embodiment of American military might, the spearhead of ground support, and the guardian angel of infantry pinned under fire. On the gunnery range, it's easy to forget you're watching a training mission. The realism is intense, the firepower staggering, and the execution surgical. This is where warriors are forged. This is where legends are born. From dusty ranges in Arizona to remote bases across the globe, Apache crews hone their craft with a singular goal: to dominate any battlefield, anywhere, at any time. And when that time comes, when the call goes out and the engines roar to life, the AH-64D Apache Longbow launches into the sky with one mission: to unleash fury from above and bring every soldier on the ground back home safely. That's the power of American air dominance. That's the legacy of the Apache. In the realm of modern warfare, the AH-64D Apache Longbow stands as a testament to technological prowess and tactical superiority. Its integration of advanced avionics, weaponry, and survivability systems makes it a formidable asset on the battlefield. The Apache's M230 E1 30mm automatic cannon, capable of firing up to 625 rounds per minute, provides devastating firepower against both ground and aerial targets. Complementing this is a helicopter's ability to carry up to 16 AGM, 114 Hellfire missiles, each designed for precision strikes against armored vehicles and fortified positions. The inclusion of 2.75-inch Hydra 70 rockets further enhances its versatility, allowing for area suppression and engagement of soft targets. Beyond its armament, the Apache's and APG-78 Longbow fire control radar enables target acquisition and tracking in all weather conditions, day or night, providing significant tactical advantage. The tandem cockpit design ensures optimal crew coordination, with the pilot and co-pilot/gunner working in unison to navigate complex combat scenarios. Advanced training programs, including the use of Longbow crew trainers and live-fire exercises, ensure that Apache crews maintain peak operational readiness. These rigorous training regimens simulate real-world combat conditions, honing the skills necessary for mission success. As conflict evolves and adversaries adapt, the AH-64D Apache Longbow remains a critical component of aerial dominance, embodying the relentless pursuit of excellence in military aviation.